The alien colonel called the human weak, then watched his apex student hit the ground. In seconds. Best HFY stories. The training field was silent except for the crunch of boots and the low hum of alien machinery. Rows of recruits, towering, scaled, and clawed, stood at attention under the watchful eye of Colonel Vorthak of the Creel Dominion. He was known across 5 systems as a ruthless trainer. No one left his camp unscarred, and no one dared question his methods, until the humans arrived. Vorthak's ridged brow furrowed as he looked down the line of recruits. "And this," he sneered, pointing a talon at the lone human standing among them, "is what the Alliance sends me? A soft-skinned mammal with no claws, no armor, and no spine." Private Mason didn't respond. He just adjusted his training suit and kept his gaze level. "Speak, human," Vorthak barked. "Are you mute as well as fragile?" Mason shrugged. "Just listening, sir." The recruits chuckled, a deep, guttural sound that rumbled through the air. Among them stood Vorthak's pride and joy, his top student, Krelnar. The Creel warrior was a head taller than Mason, built like a living tank, with muscle cords that looked like braided steel. Vorthak grinned, revealing sharp teeth. "Perhaps a demonstration will teach you humility, human. Krelnar, show this fragile being what real strength looks like." The alien student stepped forward, slamming his fists together with a boom. "With pleasure, sir." The surrounding trainees cheered as Mason and Krelnar entered the sparring ring. The human removed his jacket and flexed his hands. No weapons, no armor, just a calm expression. "Rules?" Mason asked. Vorthak smirked. "There are none. Try not to die too quickly." The whistle blew. Krelnar lunged, a blur of claws and muscle. Mason ducked under the first swing, sidestepped the second, and drove a precise jab into Krelnar's midsection. The alien barely flinched. He laughed, a deep rumble. That tickled. Mason smiled faintly. "Good. I'll aim higher next time." The alien swung again, this time faster. Mason dodged, rolled, and countered with a brutal elbow strike under the chin. Krelnar's head snapped back. The laughter stopped. Now the crowd was quiet. Vorthak's mandibles twitched in irritation. "Krelnar, crush him!" The Creel warrior roared and charged. The ground trembled under his steps. Mason didn't move until the last second. Then, one step to the side, one twist of the hips, one strike, open palm, right at the base of the alien's neck. There was a thud. Krelnar hit the dirt hard, motionless. The impact echoed through the field. For a moment, no one breathed. Then Mason exhaled and looked at Vorthak. "Was that fast enough, sir?" The colonel's jaw tightened. He rushed to his fallen student, scanning him with a med scanner. Alive, but completely unconscious. Vorthak's face shifted from anger to disbelief. You disabled him with a single blow?" Mason nodded. "Human nervous system mapping and muscle control. We call it biomechanics. You call it weakness." Vorthak glared, his pride burning. "You cheated. No unarmed being could—" Mason raised an eyebrow. "You said no rules." Silence again. Even the other Creel recruits looked uneasy, some stepping back as if suddenly realizing how fragile they might be. Finally, Vorthak stood. "Human, what planet breeds such precision?" Mason smiled thinly. "Earth, the so-called Death World." He slung his jacket over his shoulder and walked off the field, leaving the colonel and his trainees in stunned silence. Vorthak turned toward his recruits. "Remember this day," he growled quietly. "Never mistake softness for weakness. Humans may look fragile, but they are the most dangerous kind of predator, the one that learns." That night, Vorthak replayed the spar on his holoscreen over and over. He slowed it down, frame by frame. The human's movement was perfect, calm, efficient, surgical. No wasted motion, no fear. For the first time in his long military career, the Creole colonel realized something that chilled him to the core. If this was what humanity considered an ordinary soldier, what would their true warriors be like?